Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding. Cut my life into pieces. I've reached my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even care if I die bleeding? Would it be wrong, would it be right? If I took my life tonight, chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight. And I contemplated suicide. Cause I'm losing my side, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. I never realized I was spread too thin, till it was too late and I was empty within. Hungry, feeding on chaos and living in sin. Downward spiral, where do I begin? It all started when I lost my mother. No love for myself and no love from another. Searching to find a lover on a higher level. Finding nothing but questions and devil. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing's alright, nothing is fine. I'm running and I'm crying. I'm crying, I'm crying, I'm crying, I'm crying. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my own bleeding. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing's alright, nothing is fine. I'm running and I'm crying. I can't go on
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Wave your hands from side to side and say, oh, I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry is so prestigious. Wave your hands from side to side and say, oh, I believe in Joe Hendry. In Joe Hendry, in the prestigious world.
Oh, man, oh, man. Shout out to Ross in the chat. Man, we gotta get together this year, man. It's gonna be a big year. I just feel like it's gonna be a big year for everybody. If it hasn't been already, honestly. First and foremost, before we get into anything WWE related, I have to know in the chat, do you believe in Joe Hendry? I'm on board, bro. I'm pushing it. The narrative is going to be, we believe in Joe Hendry, okay? He has nothing to do with SmackDown, but my God, man, the fucking song. I've been singing that shit all day. It's a crime. It's only 1 minute and 13 seconds. SmackDown tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have much to say about SmackDown tonight. It was a show. Now I'm going to leave it open-ended for you guys because that probably means to you on the other end of the camera, oh, JD hated SmackDown tonight. No, I didn't. I didn't hate SmackDown at all. In fact, if the fan reaction tonight is anything like what we get tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon at Backlash, we're in for one memorable show, man. We're going to talk about it. King of the Ring is shaping up, and WrestleMania 41 is about to be announced tomorrow afternoon. Viva Las Vegas! Excuse me. Viva Las Vegas, motherfucker! It's music to my ears, man. I've been looking for an excuse to go back to Vegas. Walk the Vegas Strip with one of them big fucking guitar drinks. Who the fuck knows what's in it? Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Speaking of drinking, we're going to the venue inside my mother's basement. She ain't home. Old-fashioned tonight on tap. And I want to know when I get there, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking. Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your SmackDown post show for May 3rd, 2024. Oh, look at that transition. Oh, yeah. We're getting ready. We're getting ready for Tuesday night, man. Oh, my goodness. We're getting ready for Tuesday night, man. The IWC will forever be changed. I don't know. Listen, man, I don't know what to expect, but with the reaction that we're getting, man, still, to this day, the messages that I'm getting in my DMs on Twitter, on Instagram, we got people hitting us up. The excitement for Tuesday Night Titans, man. This Tuesday at 8:30, the IWC will forever be changed. I live for changing the game, man. Not only do we have the best looking show, the best sounding show, now, by far and away, Tuesday night will be the absolute top of the top tier podcast in the entire space. Unbelievable. Can't wait. Can't wait. Jason Solomon, the Solomons, is joining me on Tuesday, man, and we are very excited. The reaction to the announcement, I didn't really expect it to blow over that well, but almost 200,000 views on the tweet alone. Man, I'm expecting one hell of a fucking audience on Tuesday night. It's going to be awesome. I believe in Joe Hendry. For sure. I don't know, man. I'm like addicted to the fucking song for whatever. I don't even know. Listen, man, I didn't know what the fuck was going on with this shit. And all of a sudden I see this clip floating around on Twitter, and I'm like, why is he singing Creed? So I watched the clip, and Joe Hendry's making fun of Top Dollar, and he puts his own lyrics over Creed's song Higher. I don't know, man. I don't know what he's got going on over there, but it's working for him. I'm a fan. It's like what Elias should have been. I don't know. We'll be promoting Joe Hendry, man. I like it. I like what's going on. Let's get down to business. We got SmackDown tonight, and I didn't really care too much coming into the show tonight for what WWE had on deck. We had AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes face-to-face for their match tomorrow night at Backlash for the WWE Championship. I'm excited to see the first-time match. Cody's one of the best storytellers in the business. AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers in the business. It's going to be a great match. There's not much to it right now because WWE needed to set their pieces up and align them on the chessboard because we got the WWE draft. I'm excited to see what they do. Outside of that, on the show, the only other thing that I'm potentially excited about is the tag team match with the Bloodline. This is Tama Tonga, motherfucking Tonga, and Solo Sikoa against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Because I do believe we will see the debut of Jacob Fatu tomorrow night. I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know how. I do think we see Jacob Fatu tomorrow night at Backlash. Whether it's in that match or the Jey Uso match against Damian Priest. So he may be in both for all we know. I have no idea, but I do think we see Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, debut for WWE finally, and that legitimately is a game changer. Outside that, I'm not too excited about what else is going on with Backlash. It's mostly a SmackDown card. It basically is a SmackDown show minus one match, which I don't really care for, honestly. It's a B-level pay-per-view. It comes right before the draft goes into effect and the rosters lock. And we'll pick it up afterwards because King of the Ring is coming up. And then that's where my interest will be taken to the next level because you know me, I love a good tournament. And if WWE plays their cards right, the King of the Ring this year could be very, very special. Outside that, SmackDown tonight, nothing really mattered. I didn't really care for anything, but that doesn't mean I did not like the show. If this was in the United States, I would have probably fell asleep by 9 o'clock. This was one of those shows where I didn't really give a shit if the matches were blah. I didn't give a shit if nothing really got me excited for Backlash. You now see why Nick Khan, who has been the best thing for WWE since forever, and I was actually one of the people against Nick Khan because all he was just another glorified yes man to Vince McMahon. Now you see Nick Khan and the strengths that he brings to the company, the brains that he brings the company. For years, WWE under Vince McMahon would not touch an international show, let alone a fucking pay-per-view. Nick Khan made it a priority to take the WWE brand overseas and do PLEs. The only thing that we're getting here in the United States as far as PLE are Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. And that's it. That's it. Money in the Bank is not even in the United States. Well, I guess so, Canada. But still, it's over the border. So you see what Nick Khan has made a priority. Taking WWE International for every other show that they do as a PLE. And this is the first time in Lyon, France. I didn't know what the fuck Lyon, France was. I didn't know how the crowd was going to react. All I know is that the international fans are rabid, and they are some of the best fans anywhere for any sport, period. And we've seen this with WWE. Australia was great. Glasgow is going to be great. Clash of the Castle last year was one of my favorite shows ever. And we have WWE going international. The UK fans, I mean, it's just something that you know what to expect when you go overseas, when you go to the UK, when you go to Canada, when you go to Australia, and here in France. The energy levels are so different than what it is in WWE here in the United States. Tonight was one of those shows that I just sat back and watched, and I didn't really give a shit what was going on because the fans made it so entertaining. I found myself laughing at the chants that I could not understand. I found myself talking to myself because I'm watching Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, who are not really all that over here in the United States, wrestle AOP, who we know are not over here in the United States, and the crowd reaction to basically every single move, every single sequence, every single kick out. It was almost as if that tag team match was a tag team title match. It was almost as if the fans upped the importance of the show just because they were hungry and thirsty for pro wrestling, even though the match meant nothing. That's a special fucking show, man. That's a special crowd. And yeah, it goes without saying that audience, that part of the world, doesn't really get many WWE shows. I mean, I don't think WWE goes there yearly. If they do, it's what, a couple of shows a year out of 365 days? And some people, believe it or not, some people opted probably, I don't know how many, some people probably opted to go to this show and skip out on Backlash. Maybe the finances didn't call for it. Maybe they didn't want to go to Backlash because of the ticket prices being too expensive or the show being sold out. They didn't have an opportunity to get tickets because they all flew. So they went to tonight's show. Tonight was their Backlash. So a lot of that mixed together gave you probably one of the best television crowds that you will see all year in any sport, period. And that's what made SmackDown special tonight. Not the substance, not what was on the show. It was the crowd and every bit of energy that they put into it. So I can't give it a thumbs down show. I can't give it the Red Skies Dr. D treatment. I can't do it. It was a great show because the fans took it to the next level. And it goes to show you how vastly important the fans are to a show. I might have thought a little bit different about AEW on Wednesday because the fans in Winnipeg were fucking terrible. I don't know whether they were at a wrestling show or a fucking church sermon. I have no fucking clue. But you can tell the difference a crowd makes almost immediately. Everybody gets a chant. They're fucking having a good time. They're singing along to. I mean, I don't think I've ever remembered. It might have happened somewhere in his fucking long and illustrious career, but they were singing Randy Orton's theme song word for word. When was the last time you saw that on television? If what we saw tonight is any indication about what they're going to bring tomorrow afternoon at Backlash, I mean, we're in for a fucking special special afternoon. That's minus the potential surprises. That's minus this big announcement that they're making. All in all, SmackDown was a thumbs-up show. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, they met face-to-face, giving you a little bit of tease of what's to come tomorrow night. And I said this on the video that I uploaded earlier today. There's this ridiculous rumor going around that Dave Meltzer is spreading that Cody Rhodes doesn't have a creative plan following WrestleMania, or this new administration doesn't have a creative plan for Cody Rhodes. I don't know how true that is. Take it with a grain of salt. It's coming from Dave Meltzer. But I don't know why this new administration would drop the ball almost immediately with Cody Rhodes. This is why I stated last week, and I think the week before that, I do not think this match with AJ is going to be a one-and-done situation. I think this is going to lead into Saudi as well. I do think that they'll get a couple of matches out of this. AJ isn't really going to try and win the WWE Championship. I don't think there's even a doubt that Cody is losing that championship. Cody's going to absolutely walk out, no matter how many matches there are, with a win. But I do think that WWE is biding their time so that Rock gets back on television, because that's the next natural program. So Cody, AJ will span 2 pay-per-views, and then when we get into Money in the Bank, and then we get into SummerSlam, Clash of the Castle, then we got to start worrying about what Cody's going to be doing going into Money in the Bank and Clash of the Castle. I don't know where or how they're going to come up with an opponent, because right now SmackDown's looking a little thin. So we'll talk about that. But I did see that rumor. I made a video on it today, and I don't think that Cody right now with AJ is going to be a one and done. I do think AJ is going to get a second match out of that, because there really is nobody else on the SmackDown roster worth a WWE Championship opportunity against the champ, Cody Rhodes. Other than that, we got the King of the Ring announced. We got another entry into the King of the Ring, or another 2 entries. I think Carmelo Hayes is in the King of the Ring. LA Knight entered the King of the Ring. The tournament's going to start on Monday. Reportedly, WrestleVotes is stating today on X that the brackets at some point this weekend will be unleashed to the general public. I do think that we'll get something along the lines of a bracket on Saturday afternoon at Backlash, and then I think we'll get the rest of it on Monday at Raw. But I'm excited for the King of the Ring. One of my favorite WWE concepts, and I feel like it could be a great thing to make the weekly television shows a little bit more must-see, drive a little bit more interest to the television shows right now, where they're just trying to get new stories out there, new feuds going. A tournament is a great catalyst for that to happen. Other than that, not much happened on the show. We may go over some Backlash quick predictions tonight. We'll go over what happened on SmackDown, and we'll just have a good time and hang out tonight. So I appreciate you guys joining me here on this very, very lazy Friday evening. I really appreciate you guys joining me here on OTS. We got a lot of shit coming up. We got Backlash tomorrow. I'll be live at 4:30 in the afternoon. Love the early shows. Love the early pay-per-views. But there's a give and take with that, because I'm basically working all day. 1 p.m., we watch Backlash. 4:30, we go live. I'll probably be live till about 7 o'clock. My whole day is shot. So, it's a give or take. Either way, I'll be live. Make sure you guys join me tomorrow afternoon. Should be a very good show. I'm expecting Triple H to give us a couple of surprises. Whether that is the return of Charlotte Flair, I think she's in town. John Cena's in town. Some reports going around that both are in town. Jacob Fatu could be debuting. I do predict he will be there. We could see some Uncle Howdy tomorrow night. I think that'd be special. But either way, we'll be live on YouTube, so make sure you guys come hang out with us on the official post-show review of Backlash. Tuesday Night Titans, 8:30, the Solomonster. And this asshole right here, collaborating for the first time on Tuesday, as Jason is the new co-host. It's going to be a special show on Tuesday. I'm a little nervous, man, that We might not have much to talk about, but we'll make it work. Now, who am I kidding, man? We'll turn nothing into 2.5 hours of decent pro wrestling talk. It's going to be a great show. 8:30 on YouTube. The new graphics, the new intro will debut on Tuesday. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up as well. We got 408 likes. I'd love to see us get as close to 1,000 as possible. Memberships are open. Get them on in. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. And tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. All you need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Let's get into this SmackDown post show, man. We will start at the top. And they showed outdoor shots of France. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles were shown arriving in the arena. And we go right into the in-ring action. Bayley made her entrance to a resounding reaction. Crowd chanting Bayley as she made her way to the ring. Everybody loves Bayley overseas, man. This was Bayley, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi against Tiffany Stratton, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai. Now, as always, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. This match did 0 as far as my interest levels are concerned. Don't really care about many of these women. I don't. The only woman in this match I genuinely care about and I want to see flourish is Tiffany Stratton. Love Bayley. Love Bayley. I hope they have a plan for Bayley on SmackDown because right now I'm not really feeling the energy with Bayley as the champion. She almost feels like an afterthought. Bayley feels like she's holding the championship and they're almost ready to crown somebody else already. That's how disinterested they are in doing anything with Bayley. Just my observation. Damage Control does nothing for me. Dead group. They're holding tag team titles that they are, without a shadow of a doubt, losing tomorrow night to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Naomi is ice cold. Love Naomi. And Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, I get why they're a team. Don't really like it. I think Jade is underperforming. I'm already bored to tears with Jade in ring. They're only putting her with Bianca Belair because she can't really do anything else. And having her stand next to Bianca with some gold around her waist is going to make her into the superstar that WWE wants her to be. Outside that, I don't see anything that Jade Cargill is bringing to the table. I really don't. In fact, I don't see anything new or anything that she's learned brought to the table. It's always the same sequence of moves. Big splash. We'll get into it. Big splash, power bomb, jaded, pose. The best thing about Jade Cargill is her theme song. That's it. If they win the tag team titles tomorrow at Backlash, who exactly are they going to defend the titles against? I guess that means they could show up on Monday Night Raw because those titles can travel and float anywhere. They could go back down to NXT. They certainly got nothing to do on Friday Night SmackDown. They got no teams to defend against on SmackDown. So it's going to be interesting to see how WWE treats the tag team championships. Here's a spoiler. They won't. They're only using them to enhance Jade because they don't really have anything else going on with Jade. You don't like what I have to say? I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I've seen all that I need to see. It's like going to a fucking restaurant for the first time and you order the most expensive thing on the meal. One bite, you know whether it's good or not. Or I go to a craft beer bar and I order a beer and it sounds delicious because of what it says on the menu. Oh man, that sounds good. Sour beer, tangerines, blueberries, strawberries, banana, whatever the fuck they're putting in that thing. Take one sip. Take one sip. Hey man, it's a good beer, but I don't get a taste of what's being advertised there. One taste is all I need to know not to order it again and never look at it again. It's the same way I get when I watch Jade Cargill wrestle. I've seen all that I need to see. Unless she starts breaking out fucking scientific maneuvers like she's fucking Mr. Perfect, I don't really give a shit what Jade Cargill does. I've seen everything. You're not going to change my mind. And I could rant about this all day long. Oh my God, she's great. Oh my God, she's learning. Oh my God, she's going to be a superstar. Yeah, that's great. She looks like $1 trillion. Great. But what exactly are you seeing that I'm not? I don't understand it. Match was fine. We go to commercial break. Stratton tagged in, planted Bayley for a 2 count. We come back from break. Asuka and Sane are working over Bayley until Asuka landed a sliding knee for a 2 count. Stratton tagged in, kept control. Kai and Kyrie and Asuka tagged in, and Sane threw Bayley into Asuka's ass. Don't know why. Stratton tagged back in, and here is signature version of the Alabama Slam. Stratton went to the babyface corner and hit Cargill with an elbow before running Bayley into Naomi. I am assuming that one of the mega matches that they want to do is Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton at some point. Might not happen this year, but I could definitely see it happening. And don't forget Charlotte. You know, where's Charlotte going to go, man? She's going right to SmackDown because Andrade's over on SmackDown. And you know WWE wants to build Charlotte versus Jade at some point. Oh, man, I can't wait to see the fucking botch fest that is. Stratton went to the babyface corner, hit Cargill with an elbow before running Bayley into Naomi. This didn't work because Bayley came back with a belly. I was going to say Bayley to belly. It is a belly to belly. Bayley to belly suplex on Stratton. Bayley tagged in Jade Cargill. Now she's in the match. This was after Bayley and Belair exchanged words about not trusting each other. Bianca is done with damage control. She's only doing it because she wants to do what Bayley, took forever to do. And she's going to end it at Backlash. Cargill cleaned house. She did her big splashes in the corner. She did the power bomb. She did whatever else she is manufactured to do in there. Don't really know what else she knows. What did she do? Power bombed Kai. Belair came in, landed a splash, made the cover, but Sane made the save. There was a double team move that they did. Jade picked up Bianca in a power bomb position, had her on her shoulder, and then slammed her down on one of damage control. It's great. All of a sudden, we get chaos breaking out in the ring, and the women took turns taking each other out with big moves. Finally, Belair hit Dakota Kai with the kiss of death. The KOD for the 1, 2, 3. Bayley, Naomi, Bianca, and Overrated win in 11 minutes. Not really much to it. It's basically the go-home for Damage Control. Goodbye, sayonara to those tag team championships. I'm surprised the match lasted 11 minutes, to be quite honest with you. I'm surprised, or I will be surprised, if the match tomorrow goes longer than 10 minutes. I have a feeling they're going to have a dominant victory tomorrow to win the tag team championships. I mean, they can't really do much else. Bianca's going to start I'll tell you exactly how it's going to go, man. Bianca's going to start the match. Ding, 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 the bell rings. She'll be in there with Asuka. She'll be in there with Kyrie. They'll double team her. They'll get the heel heat worker in the corner. She'll make the fucking false tag. The referee will back Jade up because the referee didn't see it. She'll then get the hot tag. The referee will see it this time. We'll get the big splash. We'll get the big power slam. We'll get the power bomb. We'll get Jade, and she wins the match. Ding, ding, ding. We got new tag team champions. Am I wrong? Man, maybe I should apply to be a WWE producer because that's exactly how it's going to go, man. Seriously. Spare me 5 minutes. Black Wolf Inc. says 5 minutes. Over under, guys. 5 minutes for the tag team title match, the women's tag team title match. Let me know. Moving on. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They're defending the tag team titles tonight, the men's tag team titles, the WWE tag team titles against the Street Profits. Not much of a division on SmackDown. Gonna have to fix that eventually. Theory said the crowd gets a treat because they get to see the undefeated tag team champions defend their titles for the first time. Waller said he smelled something. Theory made some bad guesses. Cheese, body odor, France. Waller said he smelled the smoke, and that's what they're going to give the Street Profits tonight. Great job. JD, do you think Jade will ever improve, says Johnny. The answer is no. I don't. I don't think she cares to improve, to be quite honest with you. Jade just looks like $1 trillion and looks like somebody that wants to skate to get by because she loves the attention of being a WWE superstar. What else does she have to do? She'll wear some revealing outfit on social media, get 20,000 likes, and call it a day. That's all they care about. Having a great match in WWE is the least of her concerns. She's going to be a champion tomorrow afternoon. Who gives a shit? Kayla Braxton was in the back with Belair and Cargill. Cargill says that they are confident heading into tomorrow's match. Belair said Damage Control has been coming at them her entire career. Belair mentioned that once they win the titles tomorrow and she looks right at Bayley and Naomi, she will be done with them all. I don't know, man. A little heel tendency from Bianca Belair there. Are we looking at a heel Bianca Belair eventually? I feel like we could use that. I think Bianca going heel is a much-needed maneuver. Jade says she wants to face Rhea. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm sure they'll get there eventually. Hopefully by then, she will have learned more than 3 moves. And learned how to sell and take a bump, which we haven't seen yet. Yeah, but I'm supposed to think she's great, man. Oh, man. Yeah, Jade is so great, man. She hasn't taken one fucking bump yet. Sure, some fucking half-witted geek is already clipping the podcast. Oh, look, JD is racist. Comes with the territory, man. Comes with the territory. What do you want me to say, man? I'm sorry. Do you expect me to bullshit you? Ridiculous. Chat's flying. For what? Nothing happened tonight. Kayla Braxton. Never mind. More Kayla Braxton's never a bad thing. Carmelo Hayes. He was drafted last week on SmackDown. All the AEW neckbeard geeks. Oh, where's the complaining about Carmelo and Cody? They all complained about Swerve and Kyle Fletcher. Yes, we did, because it didn't make any fucking sense. At least Carmelo put words behind why he wanted Cody. We didn't get that same from Swerve or Kyle Fletcher. Spare me the fucking excuses. Carmelo Hayes was in the back with Nick Aldis. Aldis said that Hayes showed he belonged on SmackDown. Now, I wouldn't necessarily go that far. Carmelo's great. But showing he belonged? What exactly did he do in the match against Cody Rhodes? What exactly did he show us in the match against Cody Rhodes? I didn't really see much of anything. Match went 8 minutes. What could he show us? And half of it was in a fucking commercial break. Hayes declared himself for the King of the Ring tournament. He wants to continue his momentum. Aldis says that they would talk about it, Bobby Lashley appeared and congratulated Carmelo on his showing against Rhodes last week. Lashley offered his help to Hayes. Here we go. The rumor was many months ago that Carmelo Hayes potentially could get called up and join the new Hurt Business. Hayes says he was good. Lashley mentioned to Hayes that he lost and he needs to make his shots count. Hayes then asked Lashley, well, Bobby, when was the last time you shot your shot last? Hayes started to walk away and Lashley put his arm up, stopped him from walking away, put on a sarcastic smile and said, listen, man, who do you think you are, man? Lashley said that you should watch who you disrespect around here. Hayes walked off and Lashley started to smirk. Now, this was a very interesting reaction between Carmelo Hayes and Bobby Lashley. Carmelo certainly looking like the heel here. Now, I wasn't sure if WWE was going to call up Carmelo and maintain his heel run that he had on NXT, because I legitimately thought the only reason why they ran with him as a heel in those late stages of his NXT run before they called him up was so that he could put over Trick Williams. I didn't know that was going to translate to the main roster. I thought they would make Carmelo a babyface on the main roster. But it looks like we may be getting heel Carmelo, which I honestly think that Carmelo as a heel is a much better Carmelo than a babyface Carmelo. And you're not going to turn Bobby Lashley heel. I think Bobby Lashley, for some reason, the fans gravitate to Bobby Lashley. They like Bobby Lashley. You know, they tried to make the Pride a heel faction. It just didn't work. You're not going to turn the Street Profits into a heel. It's disingenuous. It really is. You're not going to turn Montez into a fucking heel. I'm sorry. So it's futile for WWE to even attempt to do that. So they are the baby faces here. Carmelo acted very heelish in this interaction. What I would like to see, I don't think he needs one, but what I would like to see is MVP come back and start his own faction again. Don't know where MVP disappeared to. Don't know if he's even still employed with the company. We haven't seen him in a while. I do think that he's still the handler for the mighty Omos. But I'd like to see MVP come back and manage Carmelo Hayes. I think the pairing there with what MVP exudes on television and his charisma and his attitude is definitely very similar to Carmelo Hayes. Pairing a legend, a Hall of Famer, with Carmelo Hayes, I think that would be the best way forward there. Now, I'm sure I'm not the only one that came up with that idea, but this is what I think about when I'm watching the show compared to when you guys are watching the show. I take the notes, I write the shit down, and I think MVP would be a very good asset to the overall package of Carmelo Hayes. And we may see Carmelo break out on his own on the main roster. I'm not saying that he needs MVP. I just think it would be a nice compliment to give him something to push him over the edge as the heel that he needs to be. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But he's in the King of the Ring. Carmelo is not winning the King of the Ring. I don't know if this means Bobby Lashley will be in the King of the Ring. If they will meet in the King of the Ring. I don't even know how many brackets, how many men are going to be in the King of the Ring. We don't know. But Carmelo is in the King of the Ring. So we will see what happens with him, and him being in that tournament, if they let him go, could be a great foundation for himself to get over. The Final Testament. Karrion Kross, AOP. They made their way out to the ring against the new Catch Republic. This is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Now, by the crowd reaction tonight, you'd think that there were some sort of titles on the line. Like I said in the beginning, if this match took place in Des Moines, Iowa, or somewhere in Bumblefuck, Alabama on a Friday night, nobody would make a fucking peep. They'd be sitting on their fucking phones, They'd be contemplating what time to get up to go check the chicken coop and go fucking refresh the eggs. They'd get up and worry about how many fucking cows they need to milk. They wouldn't be worrying about fucking New Catch Republic and the Authors of Pain. But in France, in Lyon, France, these four guys were as over as anybody else on the fucking show tonight. The difference between international fans and fans here in the United States that take everything for granted because we have everything at our fingertips. It's so easily accessible to us. It's everyday life to us. Oh, I missed the show. They'll be back in 6 months. Or they'll be back in 3 months. In Lyon, France, this is the only opportunity that they get all fucking year. This match went 10 minutes. Like I said, you'd think this was a tag team title match. Every move, the fans were hanging on to every fucking move that Akam and Razor were doing. Every move that Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne were doing. Absolutely exceeded everybody's expectations. Akam and Dunn started the match. Dunn had early control until Akam caught him in midair. Tyler Bate then tagged in. Dunn and Bate repeatedly punched away at Akam. We speeded up a little bit. AOP were on the outside. Bate landed a big splash on both guys before rolling Rezar back into the ring, where Tyler Bate was ultimately the victim of a massive running slam into the corner. And we go into a commercial break. The show returned. Crowd was clearly behind the baby faces here. They love Tyler Bate. And it goes without saying, you know, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, they wrestled in this part of the world for many, many, many years before joining the WWE. Both of these guys were faces of NXT UK, not that far away. So this is their region. So they're more known here than a lot of these guys that don't really have a presence here in the United States. So the crowd is rallying behind Tyler Bate. AOP kept on the offense. Rezar worked a big bear hug. This is until Bate wiggled out, drop-kicked Rezar. Bate earned the hot tag to Pete Dunne. Came in, worked over both AOP members. This was where they started doing double team. They hit sliced bread on Rezar. Bate tagged in, lifted Rezar for his signature airplane spin. He got him up. Fans went crazy. Dunn tagged in, hit a running knee. Akam broke up the pin attempt. Bate and Dunn executed the finger joint manipulation spot that Pete Dunne is known for. Scarlett, all of a sudden, hopped onto the apron and had everybody distracted. Referee was distracted. Karrion Kross at this time threw Bate across to the outside. Inside the ring, AOP hit their finish on Pete Dunne for the 1, 2, 3. And the Final Testament get a victory over the New Catch Republic. Wonder what they're doing with the Final Testament. They are on Monday Night Raw now. They are not on SmackDown until next week when the rosters lock. A little tongue-tied there. The rosters will lock on Monday. They're also working NXT. I don't know what exactly they got planned for them down there, but the Final Testament seems to have a little bit of momentum. Tag team division still needs some help, though. They got some solid teams, though. 8-Town Down Under, DIY, AOP, Street Profits, New Catch Republic. That's 5 teams there. They got Legado del Fantasma. That's 6 teams. I need at least 3 more teams on SmackDown. Then we can legitimately call it a division. The closer we get to 10 teams, then we can actually call it a division. 6 teams, I mean, you'll be running through matches before the end of July. It's not really a division. They definitely need to fix that ASAP. Paul Heyman. He approached Nick Aldis backstage. This was one of the more interesting spots of the entire evening. Paul Heyman walked into Nick Aldis's office. Heyman asked Aldis if he got his memo. Aldis says he did, and the request is denied. Aldis asked why Heyman wanted Owens and Orton pulled from the tag team match at Backlash. So I guess this is what his request to Nick Aldis was. Pull Orton and KO. Otherwise, shit's going down. When he said that, I'm like, yep, there's Jacob Fatu, man. He's showing up on Saturday afternoon. Heyman says it was good of Owens, or for the good of Owens and Orton. Heyman said it isn't on his conscience anymore. Heyman said whatever happens to Owens and Orton is on Aldis's hands. Aldis asked if that was by orders of the tribal chief. Now, Paul Heyman didn't really have a glowing response facially to this comment. Heyman came back and said, that wasn't funny. Aldis asked if everything in the bloodline goes through Heyman. Heyman says he hasn't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania. Nick Aldis stood there thoroughly confused. He went from feeling confused, looking confused, to angry. What did you just say, says Nick Aldis. Heyman admitted that he hasn't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania, and that Reigns did not pull himself from the WWE draft on Friday. Heyman did. Heyman did not pull Roman Reigns on his own. Heyman did not pull Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns said so. Someone else is telling Paul Heyman to operate the way that he's currently operating. Paul Heyman is nothing more than a puppet. Someone else is pulling the bloodline strings here. Heyman says he can't subject Reigns to what is going on. Aldis said Heyman should try to pull Owens and Orton out of the tag team match himself. You know what? You could go out there and do it yourself. RKO and KO are going to be out there right now for the debut of the RKO Show. Now, clearly, Heyman telling Aldis that he hasn't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania is the one thing that people are going to be hanging on to. So, we didn't get any further explanation outside that. They're not going to give you an explanation. They're going to string you along. They want this to last. They want you to savor it as long as you can. They're not going to rush through this story, because this is the story that's going to carry the company into the next phase. This is the big story. Outside Cody being the world champion, this is the story. Now, does Roman Reigns watch the show? Clearly, he has to watch the show, because he knew there was a draft coming up. So, I don't understand why Reigns is being depicted as someone who is just completely devoid of the WWE product in his absence. So, Reigns watches the show. So, he knew what happened last week, and he didn't call Paul Heyman? It's a little wrinkle that I'm sure will probably go over everybody's head, but clearly Roman's got to watch the show, and he didn't have any inkling to call Paul Heyman about what's going on. This is something that I don't really, the logic it doesn't line up. It doesn't make sense. In that aspect, when you think about it, it doesn't make sense. So, Reigns was pulled from the draft. Heyman pulled him from the draft. Heyman did so because he didn't want Roman Reigns to see the chaos that's going on. Who's pulling the strings here? Is it Solo Sikoa? Is Solo Sikoa going into business for himself? Is he operating as the tribal chief now because he realized everybody lost? The Rock lost, Roman lost, Jimmy lost. Is he taking the entire bloodline into his hands and operating as the tribal chief now that Roman is off of television. He's got Tama Tonga, and he's going to enlist Jacob Fatu. So this is Solo's bloodline. Bloodline didn't really exist outside of Roman, Jimmy, and Solo. So he's basically mirroring the OG bloodline with his new bloodline, and he's hired Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, with Paul Heyman being the wise man. Roman Reigns, he's going to know eventually what's going on, if not already. I don't know why he hasn't picked up the phone to call Paul Heyman. Little logic gap there. I'm sure he's aware of what's going on. I don't know why we would believe he doesn't. But when Roman Reigns gets back to television, Jimmy will probably make his way back to television. And the story then would be they need to enlist Jay to get back on board with the OG family to take out Solo, who is just completely in over his head and being a defiant, quote-unquote, tribal chief, acting as the tribal chief when he is not the tribal chief. A lot of people tend to think that Solo's acting on his own. That's the easy way to go. That's the predictable way to go. Not really all that exciting when you got Solo acting on his own. Solo's great. He's killed it in this role. But what I'm looking for is more. I feel like the strings are being manipulated and pulled by the final boss. I think the final boss has enlisted Solo Sikoa as the new tribal chief because the final boss knew that Roman Reigns was going away. The final boss was on Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania. Roman hasn't been seen at all. Roman Reigns, he went away. Goodbye. Bye-bye. The Rock made it very apparent that he wants the WWE Championship. Even asked Cody to hold it. And even gave Cody a present. And told Cody, you know what this is. You don't even need to open your hand to understand and feel what it is. I think it's the final boss. It would be much more interesting if The Rock is pulling the strings and we find out that The Rock is manipulating a new bloodline the way he wants in his image with family that we haven't seen on WWE television before. Because at that point, it then opens up Roman to coming back. And the story would be, where does Paul Heyman align? Does he align himself with the final boss? Or does he align himself with Roman Reigns? Because if Solo Sikoa, this is the way that I think about it. If Solo Sikoa is acting on his own, why would Paul Heyman not call Roman Reigns? See, that's the part I don't understand. If Solo is acting on his own, what is stopping Paul Heyman from calling Roman Reigns and telling him, Tribal Chief, we got a problem here? Who is Solo Sikoa? What power does Solo Sikoa have over anybody? Unless he is being appointed, manipulated, and controlled by someone else. Doesn't make sense if Solo Sikoa is doing it on his own. It's too easy for Paul Heyman to pick up the fucking phone. Now, if The Rock is manipulating things and pulling the strings and appointing new members in the bloodline and appointing a new tribal chief, that I could believe. That I could understand why Paul Heyman wouldn't pick up the phone and call Roman Reigns. Because he's not going to betray The Rock. Solo destroyed his phone. Paul Heyman doesn't make enough money to go out and buy a new fucking phone? Social media doesn't exist? DMs don't exist? Instagram doesn't exist? Facebook doesn't exist? He doesn't have this man's address? Can't knock on his door? Show up at the front door, ring the doorbell. Hey, Oos, let me in. I got something to tell you. Solo Sikoa, in my honest opinion, this is a prediction, is not the man making the decisions. It's the final boss. I think it just adds a better wrinkle to the overall story. Get the OG Bloodline back together. What is Sammy going to be doing? Sammy, by this time, will have no Intercontinental Championship. He will have lost that belt to either Sheamus, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, or whoever else is vying for that title. Dragunov. With that roster over there, that Intercontinental Championship is bypassing Sami Zayn minute by minute. Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Sammy against the new Bloodline. Rock, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and Tama Tonga. I just think that's the better way to go about it. I could be wrong. I could be completely off. I am fantasy booking. But it doesn't make sense to me that Paul Heyman is being manipulated by Solo and Solo only. What is stopping him from telling Roman, your cousin is acting like a bitch. I need you to do something about it. Otherwise, he would have told Roman about it already. The fact that he hasn't told Roman and can't tell Roman and won't tell Roman is because it is a much higher power. And he will not betray and defy the highest of powers in the Anoa'i family. Just my take. Just my take. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. We go into hour 2. Kevin Owens. Randy Orton, the RKO Show. It's not the RKO Show, it's the RKO Show. Fans are out there singing Randy Orton's theme song. Don't remember the last time that we heard that on live television, but here it is in Lyon, France. Orton asked Owens to take a seat. Orton said that normally Owens would have to talk him into this, but not this time. Orton said it didn't take a lot of time to talk him into teaming with Owens against the Bloodline. Owens said that Orton was concerned about their guest tonight. Owens says that he didn't want to have a guest at first, but he got a bunch of calls. Owens says he didn't want to answer, but he finally did. Owens said that Heyman wanted to be a guest on tonight's show. Owens says Heyman had something important to tell them. Owens asked Orton if he wanted to introduce Paul Heyman. Orton says he didn't, but he wanted to introduce Heyman to an RKO. So Heyman comes out. He was speaking in French. The crowd chanted along with Heyman as he introduced himself. Heyman referred to himself as the undisputed wise man of WWE. He says he came out tonight with respect, admiration, and wisdom. Heyman asked if he could enter the ring. Orton said yes. Owens told Orton that he couldn't RKO Heyman right away. Orton says, I'm more of an out-of-nowhere type of guy, if you know what I mean. Heyman went back to the apron instead of going back into the ring. He told the crowd that there wouldn't be any RKOs this evening. They booed. Randy Orton says, well, I beg to differ. Owens asked what Heyman wanted. Heyman says he understands why he would doubt him as he has very little conscience. The crowd then started to chant for Roman Reigns. We want Roman chants in Lyon, France. When Roman comes back, I mean, Roman's already a babyface. He's not even on fucking TV. We don't know when we will see him again on TV. Roman is already a babyface. The long gamer, The Rock, the long game is Roman being a babyface. That was the end goal. That is the mission statement. How do we get Roman to be the biggest babyface in the company? That's what this is all about. The Civil War, whose side is Paul Heyman going to be on? Who's going to be in the family? Who's going to be fighting within this Civil War? Roman is the babyface set up to take down the final boss. That's it. Rock wants to make this the greatest story that WWE ever told. He says when they stepped into the ring with Reigns, it was competition. I have great respect for both of you guys. There was a title on the line. He said the rules with Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga are different. Heyman told them to do the fans, their families, and themselves a favor and get out of the match. Orton questioned why Heyman would do this. Owen said Heyman can't give anyone advice because everything around him is falling apart. Randy Orton asked, Paul, who is the real tribal chief? Heyman stuttered. He said Orton put him in a bad position. Heyman said that the whole world knows there's only one tribal chief. Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga attacked Owens and Orton from behind. Owens and Orton fought back. Solo and Orton battled on the outside of the ring in front of the announce table. Officials appeared to break them up. Tonga and Owens battled on the other side of the ring. Officials broke them up. Orton attacked the security and back suplexed one of the guys on the announce desk. Owen landed a dive onto Solo, Tama Tonga, and some officials on the opposite side. Orton and Owens stood tall in the ring as this big brawl was separated. This was nothing, really. No answers to any of the questions. Just a lot of nothing burger here. And this was just a way for Owens and Randy Orton to look strong going into the pay-per-view, where tomorrow afternoon, I'm assuming they will be decimated by the hands of the new Bloodline. Just a hunch. The Street Profits, they were in the back. Angelo Dawkins said SmackDown is crazy tonight. Montez Ford says they're going to put a whooping on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller and be the new WWE Tag Team Champions. They said, the Profits are up and we want the smoke. LA Knight. Huge reaction for LA Knight in Lyon, France. LA Knight goes one-on-one with Angel Garza. Did we forget his last name? Angel. Angel's out there with Humberto Santos and Elektra Lopez. Legado del Fantasma. This match went 7 minutes. Not really much to this. This was basically done to get both guys, LA Knight and Santos Escobar, into the King of the Ring. That's all this was for. Just another week and LA Knight in the middle of nothing. So the two lock up to begin the match. Angel shot Knight off the ropes. Knight hit a shoulder block. Angel briefly had control with some strikes. LA Knight came back and landed a swinging neck breaker. We go to the outside, and LA Knight slammed Angel's head onto the ring apron. Knight then clotheslined Angel over the top to the outside, which looked a little sloppy. Angel did not hit the ropes the right way and then struggled to get over the top rope. You could see that there was a clear edit in the footage because it was so sloppy that WWE tried to cover up its sloppiness. LA Knight then landed a missile dropkick through the ropes. Back inside, LA Knight had complete control, and we go right to a commercial break. We come back from commercial break. LA Knight came flying through with a clothesline and a running knee. LA Knight then hits the BFT out of nowhere for an easy victory over Angel Garza. After the match, LA Knight grabbed a microphone and basically cut a promo on Santos Escobar. Let me talk to you. Crowd chanted big for LA Knight. Knight said that all around the world, it's the same song. Another SmackDown, another guy dropped on his head for a hard-fought 3. LA Knight said he could say it was his ring, but he won't. He says he's going to make it his ring. Knight says he's going to enter the King of the Ring. Santos then got on the microphone and said, whoa, 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 whoa. It's very impressive how LA Knight keeps talking. Escobar said Knight keeps running his mouth. but Escobar will be winning the King of the Ring. LA Knight said, listen, I can't hear you because I have an entire arena in Lyon, France, chanting, you suck. And the fans were chanting loudly at Santos, you suck. Knight said he heard Escobar say he talks too much. Knight said when he stops talking, Escobar will get stomped out. Knight and Escobar will probably end up meeting in the King of the Ring. Thus, this interaction, because they're on the same brand, might be a first-round match next week, for all we know. Knight said Escobar will know whose game it is. L.A. Knight. Yeah! They're putting some big hitters in the King of the Ring, man. I like it. Santos Escobar, L.A. Knight, Carmelo Hayes. That's what we got on SmackDown so far. On Raw, we got Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Gunther, and I don't know who else has vied for the King of the Ring yet. I think we got 6 names announced. If I'm missing somebody, let me know. But we got some big hitters in this King of the Ring tournament. Now, I don't know what WWE is going to do for the King of the Ring tournament. I don't know if it's going to be the entire tournament taking place on SmackDown and on Raw. I don't know if it's just going to be the finals. It's looking like it's just going to be the finals of the tournament taking place at the pay-per-view. Because WWE's got to do both women's and men's King and Queen of the Ring tournaments at the same time. I mean, this is the problem when you got to do one and then do for the other. I'm more old school where it's like, I wish the whole fucking tournament would take place at the pay-per-view, or if not the whole tournament, at least the semifinals and the finals of the tournament. Because why name it King of the Ring tournament? Or why name it King of the Ring, the show King of the Ring? Just defeats the purpose. But I do like that it's going to give the shows some must-see atmosphere around them. It's going to drive interest to watch Monday night. It's going to drive interest to watch Friday night. The matches are going to make the show meaningful, and I appreciate that. Because right now, some of the things that we've seen on WWE television haven't been all that meaningful. In a perfect world, I'd have 16 men in the tournament. We have all month. You could build all the TV shows around this tournament. The last time Baron Corbin won the tournament, there were 16 guys in the tournament. I'd love to see a total of 16 guys, 8 from Raw and 8 from SmackDown. If they could make that into something, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see them do a round-robin tournament. 8 guys in each block, 8 guys on Raw, 8 guys on SmackDown. But I don't think WWE's got the fucking brain power to do something like that. I don't think WWE's got the patience to do something like that. I'd love to see it. AEW had it with the Continental Classic. It was some of the best shit that AEW's ever done. In a weak year, the Continental Classic for AEW was some of the best weekly television that they put on. It made me legitimately care about the tournament because there were stories within the matches, within the tournament. Did AEW follow up on any of those stories? No. I'd like to see WWE do something like that. Build stories within the matches, within the tournament. One could dream. Yes, make it like a G1. Yeah. Make it like a Continental Classic. Yes. Again, like I said, I don't think WWE's got the fucking brain power to do that. I don't think they have the patience to do that. If they don't do 8 on Raw, 8 on SmackDown, we'll probably end up getting 8 total. 4 on Raw and 4 on SmackDown, which is boring. Which is basically one side on Raw, the other side on SmackDown, and boom. Meanwhile, we got all fucking month. Give us some matches. 8 on one side, 8 on the other. Make it a full-fledged tournament. For some part of me, I feel like I'm going to be vastly disappointed with the way they lay this thing out. I don't know. But with some of these guys, I mean, look at Raw. Look at the Raw side of the tournament. I mean, You could have the whole fucking tournament basically take place on Raw. I don't know what WWE is going to do, man. I have a feeling I'm going to be vastly disappointed. It's probably going to come down to Gunther or Drew McIntyre winning the entire thing. I could see LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre in the final. I could see Gunther versus LA Knight in the final. I'm going with Drew McIntyre to win it, though. Xavier Woods is in the tournament. There you go. There's the four. Xavier Woods. I forgot about Xavier Woods. Gunther, Sheamus, McIntyre, and Xavier Woods. The odd man out is Xavier. And on SmackDown, we got LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Santos Escobar. I don't know who else is going to be in the tournament. We may end up seeing Bobby Lashley in the tournament. That may be the field of 8. I think it's a mistake to only have 8 men in the tournament. I really do. I have a feeling that WWE is better off having 16 guys in the tournament, 8 on one side and 8 on the other. They have more than enough television time to get that across. But then again, we also have to take into account that they have a ladies tournament to do as well at the same time. Whatever the ladies end up getting, the men are going to end up getting. So I'm assuming it's going to be 8 for the ladies and 8 for the men. We'll find out this weekend, and the brackets will be revealed this weekend. Is Andrade in the tournament? I could have swore Andrade was mentioned for the tournament, but I'm not really sure. And Drew is injured. He's got a badly hyperextended elbow. I don't know if he's going to be in the tournament or not. We'll have to wait and see. Byron Saxton was in the back with Carlito. Saxton asked Carlito why he attacked Dragon Lee. Carlito said he was away for a long time from the WWE, and he just wanted another WrestleMania moment with one of his best friends. Said Rey Mysterio should have picked him for the tag team match at WrestleMania, but instead he chose Dragon Lee. Carlito said he took matters into his own hands, and he said the plan would have worked. Lee appeared and attacked Carlito before officials broke them up. Graves mentioned that the LWO has been drafted to Raw. So Carlito is on Raw, and Dragon Lee is on Raw. So I'm assuming we'll get this match on Raw. Not really interested. Carlito has had a less than memorable return to WWE. Not all that exciting. Main event. Street Profits versus A-Town Down Under for the Tag Team Championships. This went 8 minutes. Tag Team Championship match went 8 minutes. Crowd loved this match. They loved everything on this show tonight. I mean, you could put fucking 2 jobbers in there. They would have been over like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Now, Theory and Waller. I think they are a very good-looking heel tag team. I just don't see them holding the tag team championships that long. I don't. I don't know why WWE would have these guys last all summer with the titles. I feel like they are just here for the moment. The draft happened. They got some tag teams on the show that they wanted on SmackDown. And the first real contender for the babyface side for those tag team championships are going to end up taking the titles off of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I just don't get a sense that they are going to be long champions. So Waller and Theory jump-started the match and attacked the Profits. Profits quickly came back with Montez taking out Theory. Ford followed that up with a rock bottom on Grayson Waller. Dawkins tagged in. He went to the top. He landed a swanton on Grayson. Theory and Waller were on the outside of the ring, and Montez hit a swanton onto both guys. Back inside the ring, Waller was the victim of a double back suplex. We go to commercial break with Dawkins in control as he hits a splash on Grayson Waller. Back from break, Montez. He's in the ring. He hit Theory with a bunch of maneuvers. Waller tagged back in. He went to the top rope. He hit a coast-to-coast on Angelo Dawkins. I don't know if this was planned or if it was accidental. Theory pulled forward to the outside. Theory and Waller went for rolling moves, but Dawkins countered both of them. Profits then hit a tandem blockbuster on Austin Theory for a very close near fall. Dawkins lifted Theory and Ford went to the top. Theory worked out of it, crotched Montez on the top. Dawkins rolled up Theory, but the ref didn't see it, and Waller hit Dawkins with a rolling flatliner. 1, 2, 3. Austin Theory pinned Angelo Dawkins for the win, and they retain the tag team championships. 8 minutes. I mean, the Street Profits, how many tag team title opportunities are they going to get? How many opportunities are they going to get? They lost every opportunity that they had at the tag team titles. Enough is enough. This is why I said I don't really see Austin Theory and Grayson Waller losing the tag team championships to these guys, but I don't see them holding the tag team championships for that long either. It just feels like WWE doesn't have a direct plan, a clear-cut direction for Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Will it be DIY? Will it be Legado del Fantasma? I don't know. AOP? I have no idea. The only babyface tag teams on SmackDown right now are DIY, and they are on rocky terms right now because Ciampa walked out on Gargano and the Street Profits. Who else is there? Maybe the Wyatt family comes on in and wins the tag team titles. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles face to face right before the WWE Championship match at Backlash tomorrow afternoon in the main event. Cody Rhodes, he gets a absolutely tremendous reaction from Leon France. AOP are on Raw now. Oh, shit. I forgot. They're not even on the fucking brand anymore. Oh, man. Randy Orton and RKO. Randy Orton and KO. Yeah, rated RKO. Rated RKO. RKO. Could win the tag team titles. Sure. Sure thing. They're feuding with the Bloodline, though. I don't know who else is on SmackDown that could take those titles from Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I have no idea. That's why I said more tag teams are needed. Don't know why we need 2 titles. We wouldn't be in this predicament if there was only one set of tag team titles. The Good Brothers, no thank you. Cody Rhodes got a tremendous reaction. AJ Styles is out there. He came out first. Rhodes came out second. Rhodes asked the crowd what they want to talk about in French. Man, do I miss Rated RKO, huh? I loved Edge and Randy Orton together. They were fucking phenomenal together. Really. Rhodes asked in French, what do you want to talk about? Styles says he didn't care what the crowd wanted because Rhodes is in the ring with him. Crowd chanted for Cody. He held the title up. Styles said it looks like Rhodes is not focused. Rhodes said if Styles is looking for his full attention, he has it. Rhodes says he grew up watching AJ Styles. Styles said he is older, but he is still in his prime. Rhodes asked when he said Styles wasn't. Styles says he knew what Rhodes meant. Styles said that they didn't have the same path. He said everyone wanted the son of Dusty Rhodes, and WWE welcomed him with open arms. Styles said that Rhodes loved WWE until things didn't work out, and then he left. No lies detected by AJ. Styles says he was kept out of WWE for years, and he wasn't welcomed with open arms when he finally got here. He had to prove himself to the old administration that he was a superstar. And luckily for us and luckily for him, basically Vince McMahon saw the reincarnation of Shawn Michaels in AJ Styles and loved everything that he did. Thank God. That would have been a fucking complete failure. Styles said Rhodes loved WWE until things didn't work out. They didn't welcome him with open arms when he got here. Styles says he had to earn his spot, and he did it all on his own. Styles said that Rhodes had legends and Hall of Famers watching his back at WrestleMania so we could finish his story. All the legends in the Hall of Famers that helped you, I beat them all. Just like I'm going to beat you at Backlash tomorrow. Styles says he's going to show Rhodes and everyone else why he is phenomenal. Rhodes starts yelling and asks Styles who he was trying to convince. Rhodes says he called Styles a surefire Hall of Famer. Rhodes says he wants to remain champion. No shit. Rhodes says his first defense is against Styles. And funny enough, it's their first match together. Rhodes says the announcers can call it a dream match. And then he puts up the too sweet. AJ smiling, he's going to go in for a too sweet. And he slaps the shit out of Cody Rhodes and left the ring. I like the interaction between these two. It didn't give me a sense of one and done. It gave me a sense of there's more to this, and they will tell the rest of it after Backlash. This is not a one and done. They got nobody else lined up for Cody. Nobody else is even deserving of it. So we will get this match happening not only at Backlash, but in Saudi. After this was over, we got Owens and Orton brawling with the Bloodline in the back. Referees, officials, everybody backstage was trying to break this thing up. Last thing we saw is Randy Orton swinging a chair at Solo Sikoa right directly in the back, and SmackDown abruptly went off the air. So that match is going to be something else tomorrow night. And like I said, I think we see the debut of the Samoan Werewolf. JD, you don't have to curse. Who the fuck are you telling me what to do? Who are you to tell me what I can and cannot say on my fucking show? Cross Bros. This ain't it, brother. You want flowery, PG, fucking follow and toe the line podcasts. You know who to go watch.
Cody! Can I ask you a question?
Not here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. We're going to get into these super chats. Yeah, go watch Trash. Sure. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out all of the content that the channel has provided you this week. Plenty of it. We uploaded something new today. We talked about Cody Rhodes and the fact that WWE's got no plan for him. Really now? What type of bullshit is Dave Meltzer spewing over at The Observer, man? Holy shit. They better have a fucking plan. You know what your plan should be? You need to plan ahead. Cody finished his story. Why can't you finish your story? Because you don't have Blue Chew. Tonight's sponsor, right here on Off the Script, is Blue Chew, BlueChew.com. Go and finish your story with code JD at checkout at BlueChew.com. All you need to do is pay the $5, shipping and handling. What exactly is Blue Chew, JD, and how can it help me finish my story? Well, that's a great question, geek. Blue Chew is a unique online service that provides the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it comes in a chewable tablet, and it comes at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day, night. Go out to dinner. Pop one before dinner, man. Better on a full stomach. Pop them anytime, day or night. Be ready. Prepare ahead for whenever that opportunity does arise. And the process is very simple. You're going to sign up at BlueChew.com. You're going to consult with one of their online medical professionals. And once you are approved, you're going to receive your prescription within days. No questions asked. No visits to the doctor. No awkward conversations with strangers. No waiting in line at the pharmacy, because we all fucking hate waiting in line. And the tablets are made in the USA, prepared to you, and shipped directly to you in a very discreet package. So why not take advantage and get that extra confidence when you need it, man? BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. All you need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Yes, keyword, arise. Not only is arise a keyword in the whole go finish your story, man. I don't want to know what arise is. Keep that shit to yourself. Arise is the name of one of my personal favorite albums of all time. Because I'm a heavy metal guy, man. Good old Sepultura. You don't know what that is? Go check it out. The best thrash metal album ever written is Arise. Nobody will change my mind. And yes, it's better than Beneath the Remains for all you Beneath the Remains enthusiasts out there. Old school Sepultura enthusiasts. Arise is my personal favorite. Anyway, let's get into these super chats. Who? Yeah. Me and my obscure music. Is this guy still talking about me cursing? Yo, is Cross Bros Denise in disguise, bro? I mean, why is this guy throwing a fucking pussy fit in the chat about me cursing? Kind of light on the super chats tonight, guys. What's going on here? I'll be in and out. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Good Friday, JD. Hope all is well today. Today was not bad, Michael Krause. Took a nice nap earlier today. Had pizza for dinner. Got some content done. Cleaned the office. It's a good day. Cross Bros. We're only keeping you around, brother, because you're acting like a fucking geek and you're embarrassing yourself. Shut the fuck up. Raging Girl Gamer with a re-up on the membership. Rage. Thank you. Studa Beats with a $20 super chat. Yo, JD, missed SmackDown tonight, but I'm ready for Backlash to be over. Excited for the future of both brands and even more excited for TNT with two of the best in the fucking game. Thank you, brother. Cross Bros, look. Studa Beats used a cuss word, bruh. Oh, man. Two of the best in the fucking game. Solid Monster and JD. Absolutely. John Ortolaza with a $5 super chat. Should I bite the bullet and buy tickets to SummerSlam? I'm a New York boy, and Cleveland's only a few hours away. More PLEs are going overseas. It's over. Or it's now or never. I don't know, man. That's a good question. Am I going to buy tickets to SummerSlam? Fuck no. Why would I go to Cleveland in the summertime, man? Fuck out of here. SummerSlam should be somewhere where I could get an Airbnb and look out the fucking window and see a palm tree somewhere. Jason Barker with a $5 super chat. Everyone here is going to start moon gooning after they believe in Joe Mother effing Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Triple M with the 10 months. Thank you, brother. Got all my God rolls from Onslaught. Got Malice from Oryx today. Just need Buried Bloodline from WR. And we cooking. Crowd in Backlash is going to be lit. You know, Destiny RNG is fucking terrible. You know, I've never gotten Touch of Malice, ever. I can't find anybody to do Pantheon with me. I got through fucking the Ogre yesterday after an hour of randoms because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Had to stop at the Caretaker because everybody fucking didn't know what they were doing. I need some help on Pantheon, man. I got to get myself a conditional finality somewhere. None of these weapons have dropped for me. But speaking of Onslaught, I have all the God rolls except for a fucking Mountaintop. I have not had one fucking Mountaintop drop with auto-loading holster and recombination. Not one. And I'm looking for a Lunas Howl with Heel Clip and Incandescent. I got Incandescent and Subsistence, but I need Heel Clip. Who? Yeah, it's video game talk, man. I'm a fucking geek, all right? Lewis in Cuba listening to the GOAT. OTS for life. Cuba is hopefully treating you well, Lewis. Demeter Bullion. The fight was good tonight. France will be like WWF Portugal Live, where AJ Stylish and Rey Mystery live sex celebration, Sheamus and Charlie Sheen tag team. I have no fucking idea what you mean. But he's just got a regular name tonight. Tonight he's just Demeter Bullion. No CM Hunky, Funky, Punky, Dunky, Chunky. AJ Stylish. Oh, man. Rey Mystery. Black Wolf Inc. with a $10 super chat. For WrestleMania 41, could Sami Zayn finally get his WWE win against Drew McIntyre and win the world title? Lastly, Lance Anoa'i is a free agent currently, so perhaps he will be signing with WWE by Money in the Bank. I could see it. He's ready. He looks ready. Lisa with a $10 super chat. Watching from Ireland, and SmackDown finished hours ago. Didn't feel right to go to bed without tuning into OTS on a Friday night. Cheers, JD. Have one on me. Looking forward to TNT on Tuesday. Lisa, thank you. All the way from Ireland, Lisa is coming. We love Ireland. I loved Ireland. I will be very much going back someday. When? I don't know. Schlumpy with a $1.99. Hey, JD, you think we'll see Uncle Howdy tomorrow? If I was to make a prediction, Schlumpy, yes, I do. Main Event 81 with a $5 super chat. We need more tag teams because it's not enough teams in the division. They should just merge the belts because you could get more matches and storylines. Yes, I agree. In simpler terms, Main Event, yes. Ralph Jr. with a $1 super chat. No message. Thank you, Ralph. Hollywood Guy with a $5 super chat. Don't hate me. But could the person pulling the strings be Rikishi? I'm hearing rumors that he might make a comeback. To do what? Wrestle? Why would Rikishi come back and be against his sons? Hologram with 41 months. This guy's 7 months away from a Mustang emote. WWE needs more of these crowds who have never been able to attend a WWE show before. I think tomorrow is going to feel like Mania. Ride or die. OTS for life. Absolutely, Hologram. We are lucky to have you, brother. Ralph Jr. with a $5 super chat. There he is. Rock. Should I sit in the booth, sit at the bar, or sit at the head of the table? Rock is now at the HOTT, the head of the table. Keep that in mind, OTS fans. JD number 1. You make a very good point, Ralph Jr. Samurai Sage with a $10 super chat. I love your work, JD. Been here for a while. Just wanted to show some appreciation. Thank you, Samurai. We love having you, brother. Brendan Kane with a $5 super chat. He says, thank you, Roman. Thank you, Roman, indeed. Jimmy Fingers with a $5.19. Am I the only one who felt that Carlito's reasoning for attacking Dragon Lee was legit and it's Ray who looks like the jerk? It's a good point, Jimmy Fingers. Carlito did have a legit reason to be upset, and Rey Mysterio looks like a fucking scumbag. I agree. Black Wolf Inc. with a 5. Finish your story with Blue Chew and have quite a stiff read with your lady friend. Both imaginary and real, but not for your hand. Blue Chew, get hard. Thank you, Black Wolf. I don't know if you're trying to script their new ad read or not, but I like it. Jimmy Fingers with a 10-19. I'm excited for the return of Howdy and the new stable in honor of the late, great Bray Wyatt. But enough with the QR codes. Let's get on with it before it gets stale. I want to see some kind of reveal tomorrow. I think we'll see some type of reveal tomorrow for sure. Because the show has nothing else going on for it. I mean, it's just fucking SmackDown matches. They got to do something. Moyes A with a $9.99. Hi, JD. We're super excited to see the announcement of Solomonster joining TNT. Definitely going to be the best IWC podcast ever with the two greatest minds put together in the IWC. Cheers to next Tuesday. Hopefully the show delivers like everybody expects it to deliver. I have very high expectations. The most hardest person on me is myself. Ricardo Linnell with a 45 months. 3 months away from the Mustang. I can't wait to see TNT this Tuesday. Absolutely, Ricardo. Jeremy 2006 with 31 months. Cross Bros, go touch some grass, geek. Grant with 1 month. Hey, JD, SmackDown was okay tonight, but Backlash should be a banger tomorrow. Love the streams. Keep it up. OTS for life. Also, do you have a Discord? Yes, I do, Grant. All new members, get the Discord. Mike 43 with a 24 months. I think they could have picked better places for SummerSlam. I mean, there's Florida. Hope to have a good pay-per-view tomorrow. Yeah, Mike. But who wants to be in Florida in the middle of August? Nobody. And Jimmy Fingers with a 5.19. Can't wait for Charlotte to return so I can ask JD for an impression of... I'm not even going to mention her name. Of blank interviewing the android. Looking forward to the new TNT, JD. Thank you, Jimmy Fingers. Nobody watches shit podcasts like that because they're fucking mind-numbingly boring. Anyway, guys. What is not boring is this show, is this channel, is this content. Appreciate you guys very much, man. Let me rev up the Mustang, man. I got to get out of here. I got to get home and play Destiny. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Go check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. Hit that thumbs up. 1,000 likes is the goal. Thank you for the super chats. And hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell for notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon, 4:30, for the Backlash post-show right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.